actually be like, going live right now. I totally forgot to go live. You see, we have some people showing up. Actually, we're gonna have to wait a little bit here. Can I tell the world I'm going live? And we will just. What is up? Sorry, guys. What up, Eric? Let's when I'm done this, I got a consult at 2 o'clock, so I'll link you up in a bit and we'll chat. Get you back. What is up, guys? What's up? What's up? Well, Papa John, what's good? What's up, guys? Sorry, I didn't give you guys a heads up. I had crazy busy morning, and I like doing these lives today. So, just for future reference, lives on Monday, every Monday. And if you join the school group, we'll be doing a lot more of those as well too. So, how's everybody doing today? Yes, is wait. What's up? Cartman, man, what is up, man? Give you, yeah, all you guys. Shout out to everybody, man. Appreciate you. DJ Hood, Eric, John H, man. Appreciate you all, Johnny. Why do my rear delts get pumped when I do press movements? I don't know. It could be how your shoulders are aligned and how you're pressing, but sometimes it's not a bad thing. Now, if it's affecting your ability to press, then it is a bad thing. But it's because I'm in. Well, first of all, I'm squeezing this thing here, and the sun's on. The the lighting is great, so appreciate you, man. For once, you know, Tony, you know how cold it's been. In the morning, it's around like 38 degrees, and then right now it's only like 52. So for me, it's warm. Let's go. Let's go. What's your opinion on supersets for arms, like close grip, bench press, going into dumbbell curls? I think it's great. I think it's a great way to, to get things done if you have a short period of time. I like doing them. I like doing them like, I'll do 3 or 4 sets, whatever, of arms, or sorry, biceps first, and then I'll do 3 to 4 sets of triceps after. If I'm short in time, then I'll do them like back and forth like that. Wow, I was just about to look at one of your back vids. Hey man, get it, man. I got a bunch of them. Center floor is hot as heck. You guys are lucky. Good morning, man. Good morning, Brett. Appreciate you. Good morning, Dave. Did a doula ever try to get you into wrestling? No. It's weird. I just grew up watching him. I used to go down to Atlanta to visit him, and I went to a bunch of his matches and stuff, but I'm trying to connect with them. So that's gonna be the next thing I do after this little trip I'm making this week. But the goal is to get down to Atlanta, see my uncle, get him on the channel, and let him just talk about life. He's got so many cool stories, but my biceps don't grow much. I've listened to your coaching. I do a lot of time retention, but not much progress in size. So how long have you been at it for, right? And those are things you have to look at. Number one, are you, let's just say, like, a couple of things we have to look at, variables. Are you putting on or adding reps to your bicep exercises? Are you doing more weight for your bicep exercises? Are you overall getting stronger? And then how are we looking at that? How are we measuring that progress? And then how long are you giving yourself before you determine whether or not you're not getting them any bigger? Plus, the other thing too is, like, it's a genetic thing as well too. So your biceps just might grow a little slower than other muscle groups, but you can't rule out that your biceps just aren't growing anymore. So I would just kind of revisit those things and then see what's up. It's so far away from me. Opinions on Mike Mentor training. My opinion on Mike Mentor training is, if it works for you, it works for you. But again, it's not gonna when it comes to just like, fundamentals of hypertrophy, it's not going to beat your basic fundamentals of hypertrophy. Training more frequent is going to be better than that, period. But it's not to say that you can't build muscle training like Mike Menser, period. So, it's, you can 100% gain, elicit muscle growth. You can definitely build muscle and get stronger that way. But, my opinion is always going to be, if it's working for you, do what's working for you. And that's really all that matters in the end. Yeah, it's because you're not from here, man. Trust me. Right now it feels nice and warm because we just don't get that southern Florida heat at all. So, when are you training? When are you traveling to states again? Tony, I'm going to EDC this week, getting some content done, and then I'm back home, and then I'll be making trips. So you guys saw the post I made there. Do me a huge favor. Go to that post I made about where you live, what state and city, and I'm gonna start planning out training camps so I can come out and get that do the in-person training camps. I think it'll be great. I've done them already before, and there's a lot of great feedback from it, and I just really miss, getting out there and sharing the knowledge with you guys. So, hey man, I really appreciate all of your content. You really make awesome videos. Appreciate it. Just hit a new PR on my ACFT today. I wish I knew that acronym was, but either way, awesome, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. What up, though, Johnny? We sharpen iron here. Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love it. I love it. Does your body respond best to high volume training or low with intensity focus? For me, it's funny. For me, like I've trained so many different ways. My body, I found, and I say this because of the effects that I have, but I found that when I trained higher reps with like a very moderate to heavy weight, I would definitely feel a lot more. I would feel the DOMs the next day, literally. So my body does respond to higher reps, and so for me, a moderate weight, like for instance, when I was training before, I would take squats, for instance, 3 to 4 or 5 plates for 10 plus reps. I don't think I've done less than 15 on squatting, and that was literally 3 plates, 4 plates, or 5 plates. Same with like benching, pulling. My body responds a lot more to that. Now, people are different, so it just all with how your body responds. My chest has gotten so big to this point, to the point that it is overpowering my shoulders. Man, that sucks. It's amazing. And tries. My question is, should I do more shoulder dominant push day instead of chest? I would say this, like if it comes to if your chest just grows, you're genetically gifted and you get that great pigeon chest that grows when you look at weights, I would make sure you're programming that you don't, most people have their chest days on Mondays, right? So if your chest day is your better day, I would say switch your chest day around, that your shoulders are on your start of your week and your chest at the end of the week, and doing more, I would say, obviously, delt work than doing pressing work. So you can easily do, high incline to like 90-degree incline, 90-degree pressing, followed by, lateral rear delts. And then on your chest day, you only do like one pressing movement, one, say, accessory, and then the rest are shoulders, and that would help kind of balance things out that way. John, you need to stop isometric contractions. Nice. I was gonna laugh. Cool, man. Hey, we were at a party the other day and we were cool. So if you want to keep that up, man, you go right ahead. I even got a video that confirms it. I'm DJing at a party and we're there and we're very amicable, and so if you want to keep that rhetoric up, you can go right ahead, man. Keep all that drama for yourself. Anyway, just programmed my new split dope. Looking forward to getting some big changes from your advice. Appreciate it. Awesome, man. Excited for you, man. Excited for you. Thoughts on JP's full body style programming? 1 on 2 sets to failure and grow. JP, which JP you're talking about? I know a JP, but I don't know which one you're talking about. Are you talking about Jordan Peters? Let me know if you're talking about Jordan Peters. Not Jordan Peters. It's not definitely not Jordan Peterson. I know what we're talking about, but let me confirm what JP you're talking about. Hey Johnny, don't have enough space in the gym for walking lunges. Should I do lunges on a whatever leg? You can do, you can do, you can do Smith machine, elevated, front foot elevated Smith machine, reverse lunge. You can do just regular reverse lunges. You can do stationary, split squats or lunges, or you can do Bulgarian split squats. So you don't have to do walking lunges. I like doing reverse lunges just because it kind of gives me that feeling of that glute activation, that walking lunges would. Any exercise, I do feel more in my arms, arms, like literally everything, back, shoulders, deadlifts. Only my triceps activate. That is crazy. So, couple things you could, if you're feeling your triceps, we could be extending the elbow on all those lifts. Like you could be just pressing a lot more. Like when you're doing any kind of pressing, or sorry, not pressing, pulls, your arm shouldn't be pressing away anything. It should be almost like your arms like ropes. So the weight of the bar and your posture is pulling your arm tight, not you literally pressing your body tight. So let me jump down this guy here. Appreciate everything you do. Just showing some love. Appreciate you, man. Since the membership is suspended, can't wait for your for another Iron Religion session in Florida. Man, we're gonna have one, man. Appreciate you, Tony. Thank you, man. Thank you. Join the Discord. Join the Discord group. Get the Discord group or the school group. Get in there. Bro, I saw your latest shoulder workout video, and the knee pull and triceps too hard for me to do. What do you suggest? Cut one of them out. If you, I put that in there because it's like, they're tough. Now, when it comes to triceps, you can just individually do them, right? Do them as individual exercises instead of having one tricep. If you have the time, do that. Any thoughts on diabetic bodybuilding? Because it's tough. The biggest thing for those who are like diabetics that are bodybuilding is to obviously make sure where you're regulating your sugar. That's the biggest thing. I've coached a few bodybuilders who are diabetic, and that is a big thing, is obviously making sure you're getting the right amount of carbs in you and whatnot. So that's your biggest thing, is obviously is monitoring your blood sugar while you train. And then, when you're getting down, dieting wise, I would say like the biggest thing I did was like, I did not a lot more cardio, but I offset the deficit by doing more cardio than actually taking away food, because that gets dangerous when you start taking away carbs and whatnot. So that would be my advice would be like, if you can do more cardio, then taking away food would probably be your best bet. And then also making sure you have stuff with you when you're training to help you out with if any kind of like drops and whatnot in your blood sugars. I have a post, guys, on my community post that's basically like, it's me pointing again. Any picture you see, mostly because that's the one I have. But if you see a picture of me on the community post like this, just pointing at you, is because I need your help. And it basically says, go in there. I'm gonna start doing some training camps this year, and I'm just kind of trying to compile up, where everybody is and where the most interest is. And if I get, if there's at least 10 minimum people that want a training, camp somewhere, I'm gonna show up. So go to that post, let me know where you are, and yeah, don't name it here, name it put it on the post. Appreciate you. Dude, I'm back in the gym and addicted to lifting. Heck yeah, love that. I love that. Hell yeah. Army Combat Fitness Test. Thank you, Eric. Now I go back to that message here. Where is that at? AFT. Okay, hey man, really appreciate you. Okay, cool, awesome, good to know. I don't know why. I've coached. It's funny. I've coached first responders, military, police officers for their tests. So I just don't know why I didn't think of that, but that's awesome. Let's get back down here. What post? Dude, I'm back to addicted. Love hearing that. I saw that message. I'm gonna go down there in a second and said search your message I saw there. Johnny, you've been training my dad for a little over a year now. Oh yeah, what's up, man? Josh, what's good, man? Thank you for helping him change his life for the best, man. Your dad is You got a really good father, man. Like, yeah, guys, I'm blessed with some clients, guys, that are dedicated. If you guys don't know, like, I'm doing a video on what my coaching looks like. So most people in there, I've posted a couple things before with people like, pricing like, oh my God, that much money. And it's not really that much. But regardless, what I do, I don't know many people really do this, but as a coach for me, I use this app called True Coach. And I program for everybody. We have check-ins on a weekly basis, video check-ins as well too. But the biggest thing is I recommend that all of my athletes, they can either put in one of their hardest sets, or all their sets, or just the exercise that they need the most help with. And Weldon, Josh Sadler's his father, he puts in every set. He puts in every day I put in. He's got a video, and most of the clients do the same thing. But I coach them up on their videos. And when I say my flexes, my athletes will coach your coach, I mean that. Because if I like, and you're gonna see it, you're gonna see Weldon, you're gonna see a lot of guys that I coach and women, and see their form, and you'll be like, holy geez, that makes sense. I love it's. I can confidently brag and say that the athletes that I coach, their form is absolutely amazing, and the results from that is like, it's when you see somebody that is training efficiently, there's more muscle being built, there's more calories being burned, there's more everything done in the optimal way. So keep it up, Josh. Like, work with them, man. You'll be checking those gains too. I'm training with my 50-year-old dad. Nice, for hypertrophy 5 days a week. What advice do you have for weight training when getting older? Warming up is key. The loads that you're using, like when it comes to going to failure, there's nothing wrong with going to failure. It's how much weight are you actually using. So for me, like, your dad's at 50, I'm 9 years away from 50. Jeez. But the big thing is that making sure that we're warming up, making sure we're covering properly. And when it comes to like training, full range of motion, everything. And that's for everybody. But when it comes to like, squatting and whatever, even deadlifting, doesn't really matter. You're training to continue to be strong and to be able to move optimally. And that's what we have to really, not necessarily, I wouldn't say shift your focus, because your focus should be in the first place, but like as we get older, a lot of times that we have issues is because of the things we've done prior in our life that we're paying for it now. So when it comes to getting off the ground, getting on the ground and getting back up, that's really important when it comes to your training. So like I would make sure that you're doing full range of motion, squatting all the way down on the ground and back up, lunging, all those things, because that's what we want to be able to do. I train a lot of athletes who are 50 plus. And the biggest thing for me is making sure that they can move efficiently and keeping their strength. Because when you get older, people don't break their hip because they fall. They break their hip because they can't recover and then they fall. So that's my advice. Can North Africans say the N-word? If you really want to say that, bro, figure it out, man. North Africans. I don't understand. Anyway, Brett, what's up, man? Thanks, Johnny. Yes, it's great, but has been to cause issues with my shoulders. Okay. So, Brett, this is the... trying to go back. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I would, like I said, switch your training around. Your training split. That'll help you kind of offset your chest getting so much. Trained by JP, yeah. I was thinking Jordan Peterson. His stuff's great, man. Like I said, like anytime you're following a, I hate saying influencer. Anytime you're following a fitness influencer, coach, just understand like what they're putting out is what like is. Sometimes people get really married to a certain method, and that method could be something that they completely believe in. And I believe Jordan Peters definitely has great methods. You have to adjust those things for yourself, right? So like, I've trained with I've done some Jordan stuff before. I trained with Patrick Tour, I trained with Neil Hill, Chris Cormier, Matt Jansen, Greg Doucette. I've done a bunch of different style of training and whatnot. The best one is going to be the one that you adapt for yourself. And when it comes down to it, guys, we're all saying the same shit. Like all of our training methodologies are all based on hypertrophy. There's nothing, new out there. It's just how how are we adapting that type of method for whatever we're trying to promote or preach. And for the most part, like someone like myself, Jeff Nippard, uh, Dr. Mike, you know, we're not reinventing the wheel. We're saying the same shit. We just have different levels of saying that same shit. If that makes sense. I don't know, man. I've been doing research deadlifts, and it got me absolutely jacked. Look, man, you're the one off. Here's what I'm saying about the Zercher deadlift. Right, like getting down in that position for everybody isn't easy, right? And if you could do something that is equally as beneficial, I'm always gonna opt for the movement that's beneficial, that's not gonna put us in a place where you can probably, possibly get injured. Like so for the Joe that's getting off the streets, is just starting his fitness journey, that's what it's for. Like when I do videos like that and I'm like having fun with those, uh influencer videos, it's because like I look at it like if a beginner comes off the street and he wants to go to the gym and they're like looking for inspiration, because everybody looking for inspiration, and they're on Instagram, they're on YouTube, they're on whatever, just flipping around looking, and they see someone doing a Zercher squat, like I gotta do that, and my back, and then I can't train anymore. So that's why I kind of like make little jokes on like stuff like that. Not everybody can do it. Those who can do Zercher squats, you go ahead and do Zercher squats for the rest of your life. If it brings you joy, it brings you peace, and brings you muscle, and you're not in pain, you go and do exercises you like to do. I'm always just having fun, man. But I appreciate you, Mark. Johnny, you should do a reaction vid to Jubilee's middle ground, fit men versus fit. Oh yeah, I I it's funny you said that. I actually do have notes. And I'm gonna tell you, okay, I'm gonna tell you how I feel already about this, all right? I took notes on that. I already watched the entire thing. And I'm stuck between doing a video on how to spot an insecure male. And that male in that video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you guys watch that video, I swear to God, I was like, this guy is the sheep, biggest wolf in sheep's clothing. And what's this guy's name? Marlon, is it Marlon? I don't freaking name. The fit, the fresh and fit guy absolutely ruined that entire, like that entire episode was ruined by that guy. Like legit, I liked it. Like even Greg's stuff he was saying, like Greg's like, Greg's on the channel for a reason on the episode. And Eric Janicki was like, they had a really good mix. I think it was like the fit side was a great mix. The versus the not fit or the fat side was a great mix. And what ruined the entire thing was that idiot from Fresh and Fit. And I hate dudes like that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say hate. I dislike people like that who are basically preying off of like men who are in a situation that just need a little bit of like encouragement. And I couldn't stand him. I could not stand him. And I literally took notes on everything that he said and how outrageous it was. So there's that part of the video that I've already made a reaction to, but also like decide how long I want to make, because that's an hour video and I literally posted like 15 things that guy said that were just outrageous. Sorry. Kate, thanks for all your videos regarding technique. Really appreciate it. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. To the 6% of the women that are following, Kate, you're representing. Appreciate you. Paul, appreciate you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you. I love my community. I really do. I really do love this community. Bro, I was waiting for you to answer my other stupid questions, but now I'm generally wanting advice. I want to get stronger for boxing. I don't know what muscle groups to target for punching. So when it comes to, this is a good question, Ryan. It's a really good question, actually. There's these are conversations I've had with other strength conditioning coaches, and some that are like far more, I wouldn't say superior, but like more knowledgeable in terms of like they're in that space, they're coaching athletes all the time. And I've coached a few boxers. Let the training stuff do the training stuff, and the athletic stuff do the athletic stuff. What I mean by that is like, yeah, you can like strengthen your shoulders, you can strengthen your chest, you can strengthen, your hips and whatnot. What's gonna make you a better overall stronger boxer or puncher is how your ability to turn over your hip and be able to really actually release a punch, right? Because you can have the biggest chest you want and the biggest shoulders, but if you can't translate hip drive or like torque into your actual punch, it doesn't really matter, right? So if anything, yeah, you want to be stronger, but if but like I would say the biggest thing for you is your hip drive, getting your hips to be able to turn, and you be able to translate that or transfer the power from your hips to your hands. That's what's going to make you a better puncher, a stronger puncher. And the punching bag, you know, and focus mitts, that's going to help you get stronger when you're punching. When it comes to training itself, yeah, being strong is good. Having a strong, you know, foundation, a fortified body when you're boxing, 100%. A boxer that is stronger overall in terms of strength is going to fare well better than someone who's just, you know, who's just has good skill without strength, right? Skill and strength is going to always beat just skill, right? So, but you can't get stronger by, you know, taking a rubber band and just doing this the entire time. It just doesn't translate. So let the boxing stuff get you stronger at boxing. Technique, that's going to help you getting stronger at punching. The resistance training, that's going to just help you have more muscle overall and have a better, you know, base and foundation when you're boxing. Hey Johnny, does a PPL split, doing a PPL split, not sure how and when to implement an ab workout for exercise. So far, I trained abs on rest days. Are ab exercises even needed? They are. Now, I said in the past, you should be engaging your core while you're training. 100% you should be. And if you are, your abs are working. But adding in actual, you know, ab exercise, ab workouts, 100% you should. I would say like, you know, 3 days a week it can easily do that. And I would say like doing it before your workout. If it's something that you have a problem doing in terms of like actually, you know, you're in the gym and then you training like, oh man, I don't have time, and you just skip abs, I would say putting your ab workout at the beginning of your workout. And that actually does help, you know, warm your entire body up. But at the same time, now that your core is actually engaged and already working and pre-exhausted, when you're training, you can feel your core actively working when you're working out. So I would say do that 3 times a week. Some super simple for me. Work your way up to doing 100 reps and as many sets as it takes until you can do like one full 100 reps in one sitting. I did it before a bunch of times. It's not easy to do, but it's like a really fun thing to work up to, and it's easy to kind of keep your ab workout routines going from doing that. Bro, how many days is enough to train in a week? 3 days is enough. You know, again, obviously the more you can train frequent wise, the more muscle you will be able to grow or elicit muscle growth, right? So yeah, you can elicit muscle growth training like 3 times a week. But I would say like, you know, if you can get in more days that allow you those days, again, it's always going to come down to how many days can you actually train. So if you can train 6 days a week, train 6 days a week. Is it necessary? It's not completely necessary, because I can train, you know, I could train each muscle group twice a week by doing a 4-day split. It's just how we you know, program. So for sure. Can you do more beginner bench press and dumbbells? I need ideas for the gym. 100%. Your wish is my command. 100%. Yeah. Great genetics. You guys got your family's gifted. Put it that way. But your hard work people aren't gifted with hard work. They just work hard. What about HIIT training? HIIT training is good for losing calories for sure. Definitely great to do. Are high reps or heavier weight better for lateral raises? Much appreciated. Good question. I like that. I'm do a video on that, because here's my theory. If you guys watch myself and Doc Mike, you know, Jeff Nippert, we've probably said some of the same things because we believe in the same things, but you can elicit muscle growth between 30 to 85% of your 1 rep max, right? So let's just put it this way. If 100 pounds is my 1 rep max, I can elicit muscle growth by lifting a 30-pound dumbbell. I kind of want to go further than that. I believe that certain muscle groups don't need the higher end of that percentage. So like, for instance, I would say like, yeah, you know, if you want to build your chest, your back, you know, legs, I believe that, yeah, taking sets to the higher end of the percentage, like, you know, 60 to 85% of our max, 100%, we can train those muscle groups. But when it comes to like biceps, triceps, shoulders, delts, ladder raises, I think that we can sit on the lower end because it gives the ability to just isolate the delts with a load that we can do a lot more reps with and exhaust muscle that way. Then at one point I was doing 80 pound dumbbell ladder raises, dead serious, and my form was actually very good still. I would say my form would be like back in the day, and I say back in the day like a few years ago, I could do easily 60 pound dumbbell. That was my working weight, 60 pound dumbbell ladder raises. I found that my body responded way better to the lower end with a higher rep range, less trauma to the joint. Right? You think about it, like I'm doing ladder raises, right? And I got a huge weight at the end of this lever. There's gonna be a lot more of this that's gonna try to help out and turn this thing into this. And then when I'm doing my ladder raises, right? That's what's gonna happen. I want to get a weight that's gonna allow me to keep everything isolated into my delt. So give you guys without saying all that, I think less weight is better for your accessory movements than doing a heavier weight. If we hire you, do we get, before I read this out loud, if I hire you, do you get any airtime on your channel? Actually, yes. A lot of you guys, you've seen a lot of the videos I've done, where you've seen like other people, they've been some of my clients, right? So, and I also do when I travel and do in-person coaching, that's basically included. You pay for the session, but it's like, hey, I'm also going to feature you on my channel, and you're going to be part of a coaching up series. So yes you do. If that's going to make you hire me, yes. I'm joking. Bro, how about you do a collab with Jeff Nippard and Dr. Mike at the same time? That would be dope. Schedules hard. Jeff, I'm gonna try. If you want me, hey, head over to Jeff's site, Jeff's page, and just bombard him. Be like, yo, if you see this, Jeff, you owe me anyway. So, I would love to. Me and Jeff have a collab. I think it's one of his first collabs from years ago when he used to live here in Nova Scotia. I was coaching him for posing and whatnot. We did a cool collab way back in the day. But I'll message him, see what's up. See if we can get a collab together. That'd be pretty dope. Awesome. I have a hard time getting my arms to grow. Any ideas? Be patient. Like I said, make sure we're contracting the muscle and adding a load. Take those sets long, keep them lengthened, right? We want to lengthen the bicep. We want to lengthen the tricep. And then, again, it's going to come down to nutrition as well, too. So if we're not eating enough protein, eating enough calories, drinking enough water, or resting, you're going to be on the 8 ball trying to grow your arms. And if arms are one of those genetic things where they don't grow as easy for you, then we have to make sure that those things I just mentioned are being done consistently. Bro, any body weight exercises or no equipment for side delts? No body weight. Whew. I'm just thinking of things you can do body weight wise. You can work a long length partial and literally just keep your arm. I'll show you. Oh, my kid's upstairs. But if you kind of did this and sat by a wall and you sat the lengthened part and just pushed static like this, you would do something. but that's it. But I'll figure something. I'll put something together. That's a really good one though. Yeah. Greetings from Sarajevo, Bosnia. I don't know how to say it, but appreciate you. Thank you. I have a really tough time retracting one of my shoulders during a workout. The obvious result is lousy pec activation on one side. Any ideas? So whenever I hear these kind of comments, I'm always going to say, are we prioritizing mobility and flexibility, like stretching? And are we prioritizing getting some tissue work done, like a massage therapist or whatever? or even chiropractic, because after training for a bit, you know your body, your muscles are shortening. We get them knots and whatnot. So it's good to get yourself into a place where you can get some alignment done. But so if I hear stuff like that, that's kind of where I go to first. So I would say book yourself a massage therapist, like a deep tissue, and they can kind of like check alignment and see what's going on, because you could just have some referral pains or some kind of blockage that's restricting you from, getting depressing your shoulder, or, activating or retracting your shoulder blades. Most time, with like shoulder blade stuff, you probably have like a lot of like, tissue underneath that's like knotted up. Like shoulder blade kind of runs like this. Like say your shoulder, here's your shoulder blade. My weird pinky. Right, here's my shoulder blade, right? The trap muscles run like kind of like this, right? And they kind of run down like this as well too. Your rhomboids, right? So let's say right now, here's our traps, our shoulder blades, right? Our rhomboids are gonna have muscle that run like this and like this, right? And then we have the traps that are running in this direction, and then we have some more muscle running this direction. So you have basically like this kind of like overlap of muscle that looks like it's braided. And every so often when, you might get a nick, or not nick, but like, some muscle, like knots and whatnot, what happens is that it gets in between those layers. And then when the muscles are supposed to be running, or the scapula is supposed to be running like smoothly, it has this kind of like something in the way blocking it, and it restricts movement. And when you have restriction in the shoulder blade, it makes the shoulder itself have to work harder. So the trap does this kind of thing, and then when it starts moving, it's kind of doing this thing. So get some deep tissue work done in the scap area, subscaps. I would say 100% getting some work done also in your lats. A lot of times people have issues in their shoulders. Think about that big giant muscle that's sitting there that could be manipulating a lot of your range of motion movement. I work on the mornings when I get off work. So hungry AF. Would you suggest I eat a meal just before bed, and drink a shake, sleep? I would say, when you wake up in the morning, just have like a little piece of a little piece of fruit. Have like a piece of fruit. Have like an apple, banana, something like that, before you go, and that would kind of kill you over for a bit, give you a little bit of some energy, and then when you get home, have your first meal. Got a little question down here. I work out in the morning after 12-hour shift. Oof. Is it better for me to replenish with a big meal just before going to bed, or protein shake, sleep, then a big meal when you wake up? Let me think about this. 12-hour shift. Wake up. I work out in the morning right after a 12-hour shift. I would say, if you can, if anything, I would say that if you're rolling into your morning, that you have have a breakfast, if you can, before you train. And again, same idea. You can basically do the same thing where I just made a tip before, is I would say just have something light if you need, fruit or something to kind of keep your energy there. And then when you're done, eat after, and then go to sleep. I find it's a little easier. I coach a lot of guys that are shift workers, right? They're registered nurses, or they're working like the rigs, and they're doing these rotating shifts. My thing is, like, if you can, have a little bit of like a little, tiny thing to eat before you train, and then when you're done, eat, when you get home, eat your meal, then go to sleep. It'll be a little easier for you. Well, this is a pleasant surprise to stumble upon your live stream. Hey, cool. Appreciate it, man. I'm 43 and have been watching you almost a year now, every month. I did my first pull. Nice. First pull up your life. Thank you for always being so honest and so educational, especially for us who are shy in the gym, man. That's what I make it for. I do this for everybody, but I do it for you guys to, have a place to go where you can get some tips that are easy to learn and apply to yourself, and then, make some progress. And like, the cool thing about it is it's empowering, because you're the person that has to come here to the channel. You're the person that has to actually do the work. And when I hear things like I got results from it, awesome. I look kind of like a pirate badass. Nice. Arr. I could bench 950 because of my crazy genetics and the gear I'm on. Nice. Um, I'm late. What are we talking about? We're talking about nutrition. People just ask questions, boss. So get into. I got another 8 minutes, and I got a call. I had a consult in 8 minutes, so I'm gonna try and get down here as fast as I can. How do you get stronger at arm wrestling? I can't tell you because I'd be lying if I knew how to. But there's a I can't I can only give you ideas. I see some guys that are training, working some forearm, working the leverage, like levers like this. There's a bunch of stuff you can look up online for that. I would suggest, obviously, I'm not the person for that though, but having good strong shoulders and forearms and grip is one of those things I would start at doing and then move from there. Bro, you watch One Piece, you look more Osap than I get that or Dante or Devonte Adams. So I'm going to Vegas this week, so we'll see if anyone thinks I'm Devonte Adams again. And when people do, I just go with them. I'm like, yeah, man, here's an autograph for Devonte. Only I'm like 5'8" and Devonte's 6 foot. John, would you ever do a fit to fat to fit challenge? If it means me actually trying to get fat, I don't know. I'm not like I like doing challenges, but ones that are gonna negatively affect my life. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I do a lot of things for you guys, so we'll see. We'll see. Give me some suggestions. Get into the Discord group. Send me some suggestions, and we'll go from there. You know of any coaches that specialize in tall athletes, 6'5", 245, looking to hit 300 pounds? Yeah, me. Yes, I've coached. I've coached people that from the ages of 20 to 70, and from the heights of 5'6" to 6'5", literally. So hit me up. Myron's fake hair. Yeah, it's his name, Myron. Just what a loser. I'm sorry. If you guys, I gotta do a video on that. I'm sorry. It's gonna be good video. It's how to spot an insecure dude that's trying to act like he's the most secure dude. Because that guy is the most insecure person I've ever seen. It just gets under my skin. He looks like one of those guys that are just like who weren't popular in high school and are just dying for it now. And like, let's be serious. If you're trying to be popular in high school still, Myron's a loser. Absolute. Sorry. He. It's not. It's like there's. So here's the. When it comes to truths, like there's truths are very like individual. They're how you like, I would say it's your perception of what truth is when it comes to those topics. I think he was saying some things that the at the base, the core of it, 1% has truth in it. The rest is just like, what do you call it? Shock value. I need to say the most absurd thing to get shock. And then one of the guys on the fat side was saying, you're just trying to say the next comment that gets you a million likes, whatever. That's what that's the way he delivered it was just like absolutely void of empathy and compassion, and like people like that, I don't really care. It shows intelligence. If you can't think enough before you speak and how things are going to affect people around you, I don't really care what degree you have. There's levels of intelligence. Like there's levels of this, and that guy is an idiot. Sorry. So as you can to start with chest. No, I would say don't start with chest. I would say, like I said, put your chest day on your second day. I would say train chest at the end of the week. Start training shoulder at the beginning of the week, and then decrease your chest exercise to, like, I would say 2 exercises only, and go from there. And chest here, short arms and round barrel chest. Add a little arch to your bench, range of motion. I like you, man. Love that. Love that. Do you think really high flexibility would affect muscle growth since stretch position? So it does. It does have an effect. Like hyper flexible people do have sometimes have issue in terms of, like, I've coached like a few yoga instructors, and that's like one of the things, like they're hyper flexible. So like when you're in the stretch, it's like the biggest thing from that is it's being active in the stretch, right? Even though someone can be like yoink and bring the arm back and touch your neck, it's being active, right? It's not like if I have weight here and I'm stretching my chest and I'm not active, I'm just having weight pull me down. The what we have to understand when we talk about like being in a lengthened contraction, it's being active in the lengthened contraction, not being inactive in lengthened contraction, right? And it's contraction, right? It's not stretching. I can take weight on my arm and let it sit here, and it's going to stretch my pec. It's going to stretch the joint, but it's not going to elicit muscle growth until I'm actually activated in that muscle. So when we talk about like the lengthen contraction, the contraction is the biggest part of that lengthened part, right? It's not just being lengthened. Right now, I'm lengthening my arm, right? There's no muscle growth going to happen here. If I put weight on here and then flex at the same time, then I'm going to start eliciting muscle growth. All right, 2 more minutes left, guys. I'm so sorry. I do lift. I'm going down, guys. Oh man, I missed so many. I'm so sorry. I try my best. I try to get all of them. Thanks. I try to get in those messages, guys. I'm gonna go back up. I'm trying to get some more. Hi Johnny, should shoulder, what? I got shoulder pain. What vitamins I need to take? Vitamin omegas for sure, and work on mobility. I love that you're wearing barefoot shoes. Can you make a video on the series and a video about the you transition? Yes, I would, 100%. Those barefoot shoes are ruining my shoe game. Dead serious, because I hardly wear my shoes anymore. Even that I got new Nike ID Metcons, and I no longer wear those because of those damn shoes. And the reason why is because they're effective and they actually do help a lot. On that note, guys, I gotta go. Got a consult right now. Appreciate you guys all. Leave your questions. Any questions that are there, leave them in there. I'm gonna do a video on the questions that you're asking. So whatever question that you asked, I didn't get an answer, leave it in the comment section for me. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. You guys know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Appreciate you all. Peace.